Halo's music is so iconic and special. I can't think of another game franchise that has music as recognizable as Halo. Halo's music has so much meaning to each and every one of us. Whether we are a classic or modern Halo fan, there's always something to love about Halo's music. You may be someone that loves Halo's signature piano keys.
This is you, Ennis!
Or maybe a bombastic drum beat. Or even Halo's famous Gregorian chant mixed with beautiful strings.
I chose you because you were special. I knew we would be perfect together.
Notice how I used Halo Infinite music for every example. That's simply because the composers working on Halo Infinite have done an incredible job recreating the true essence of Halo with their tracks. The three composers working on Halo Infinite are Curtis Schweitzer, Joel Korolitz, and Gareth Cocker, composers of Starbound, Death Stranding, and the Ori franchise. These three had the impossible task of following in Marty O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore's footsteps, the guys who helped shape Halo's identity with their music. So far, we've heard only one piece from each of the composers working on Halo Infinite, and I've got to say, I've not seen one bit of negativity towards the music so far, and that's because it sounds like Halo, the Halo we all grew up with. Through the Trees was created by Joel Korolitz, and just to give you some backstory on him, his favourite Halo track is actually A Walk in the Woods. Here's how he described the piece. To me, it's the perfect mood for how it feels to move around in the world of Halo. It perfectly describes its incredible, majestic environment. Through the Trees is Joel Korolitz's interpretation of A Walk in the Woods, and it's beautiful. He respects the legacy of Halo's music, but still introduces new and unexpected ideas to give his music more flavour. I can't wait to see what else Joel has created for Infinite. That incredible track you just heard was Reverie by Curtis Schweitzer, who not only composed this, but also the entire Discover Hope trailer from 2019. Here's what he had to say about Halo's music and his favourite Halo track. Music is such a critical part of understanding the success of the Halo franchise, and a big reason that the games have such a deep emotional impact. Personally, I've probably spent the most time in Halo 3. Let's just say it came out during a formative part of my life, and have to go with Never Forget as one of my all-time favourite tracks. Never Forget is an amazing Halo piece, so I'm not surprised there. One thing about Curtis that I absolutely love is how he understands the legacy of Halo's music, and because of that, he knows what makes a Halo score special. Here's how Curtis balances the legacy of Halo's music with a desire to also bring something new to the table. I think this goes back to understanding Halo's musical DNA well enough to make sure that everything is at home with the musical style established by earlier titles. This means understanding a lot of nuance about what makes Halo's scores unique, and it goes further than just mock chants, but instead involves an approach that doesn't try to overdo it too often and gives special moments the room to be just that, special. Even bringing back old themes and melodies can be done in a way that both respects the core of the Halo sound and also gives those things a new spin. To give an example of Curtis doing just that, take a listen to what he did back in the Discover Hope trailer, presenting the Halo theme in a different way, utilising a trumpet motif. Just a reminder that the Discover Hope trailer is actually the very first cutscene in Halo Infinite, and my god does Curtis do a fantastic job with the music here.
There's nothing left for us here. I don't think we're here is.
His piece, Reverie, besides being phenomenal, is really interesting because it's been created in a way that can be pulled apart by 343's audio team, so it can be used for different sections of the campaign as exploration cues. I'm sure we all remember the beautiful monk chant when Chief rides the elevator during the gameplay demo, and as Curtis perfectly said, there is nothing that is as integral to Halo's DNA as that monk chant. Reverie is a flexible set of musical ideas gelled into one awesome song that can be used in different places on the ring as the player is exploring it. And as you guys can tell, the track does a great job at conveying that sense of wonder and mystery that is so fundamental to the iconic Halo sound. Set a Fire in Your Heart by Gareth Cocker was the very first Halo Infinite track released, and straight away we all knew the Halo Infinite soundtrack was in very good hands. Just like the other two composers, Gareth made sure to balance Halo's iconic music while also giving players new songs to fall in love with. He said, "Halo has several musical pillars to draw from, which are found to be extremely malleable. Working the legacy material into where we've taken things with new music has been remarkably fun, particularly when we're getting to play new themes and legacy themes off against each other within the same track." One thing Gareth focused on when working on his Halo Infinite music was what does it feel like to be Master Chief, and then delivering that in a musical form. He understands full well that Chief is a super soldier and a beacon of hope for the rest of humanity. He went on to say, "Chief is a super soldier, and that's the feel we want to give the player. Chief, and indeed Spartans, are also beacons of hope when others see them." I'd say this has been central to our thinking when writing music for the game. Set a Fire in Your Heart is a very powerful track where you can sense the overwhelming theme of hope as Master Chief battles his toughest, most ruthless enemy, being the Banished. Gareth also described the piece as Eshrum's theme, who you guys should remember as the Banished War Chief at the end of the gameplay demo. This bit here is Eshrum's theme. Gareth stated, "Throughout the campaign you will hear bits and pieces of the motif show up in different ways, where it will be a different instrument, a different key, played faster or slower, all depending on what the game needs." Let's just say that Gareth has done an outstanding job at capturing the essence of Eshrun, a grizzled Banished War Chief mercenary, and I can't wait to hear all the other renditions of this awesome theme in the game. Very recently, about 5 soundtrack snippets from Halo Infinite soundtrack were released via Mega Constructs, and these were nothing short of awesome. Each of these tracks feel like Halo and bring back so many memories. For those that haven't heard these amazing tracks, or just anyone that wants to listen to them again, I'll play them for you now. Otherwise, please skip to the timestamp appearing on the screen to continue on. What I love about these tracks is that you can clearly tell it's been made with the Banished in mind. The rough and tribal sounds come from the heavy use of percussion, and it's perfect. These tracks remind me of Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and even Reach, with a few elements from Halo 4. Yes, I'm not even joking, each track reminds me of a different Halo game due to its overall feel, but I'm dead serious when I say I can see the individual inspiration from just these small tracks alone. I couldn't be more happy with what we've heard so far. It's just a small taste of how amazing Halo Infinite soundtrack is going to be, but I can't wait to hear more, because it's clear to me just how much passion Curtis Schweitzer, Joel Korolitz, and Gareth Cocker have poured into Halo Infinite soundtrack. They've truly done the impossible, and although Halo Infinite isn't out yet, I can already tell that Halo Infinite soundtrack will be one to remember. Alrighty guys, that will do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's definitely safe to say that I'm excited to hear the rest of Halo Infinite soundtrack. June 13th, I'll be streaming my reaction to the Halo Infinite E3 showcase, and I would love for you guys to join me. Should be an awesome time. Anyway fam, thanks so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to support me that little bit extra. Thanks guys, have a good one.